A chilling and haunting audio recording has been released, capturing the final moments of the tragic crash of an air ambulance over Pennsylvania on Friday night. The conversation between air traffic control and the ill-fated Learjet 55 has raised alarm bells, as a moan, reportedly heard coming from the cockpit, added an eerie layer of mystery to the unfolding disaster. The plane, operated by Jet Rescue Air Ambulance, was carrying a young pediatric patient who had recently undergone life-saving treatment in the United States. She, along with her mother, a doctor, paramedic and the flight crew, were en route to Tijuana, Mexico, following the child's medical journey. However, the flight would never make it to its intended destination, as the Learjet crashed shortly after takeoff, claiming the lives of 6 people, including the young girl and her family. The series of events that led up to the crash remained shrouded in uncertainty. In the minutes leading up to the disaster, the air traffic controllers can be heard communicating with the pilot, attempting to establish the correct frequency for contact. In a confusing exchange, the controller asked the pilot about the frequency they were operating on. A sharp-eared listener would later point out that a strange remark followed. One side of the conversation seemed to suggest that the other was talking with the wrong people. This ambiguous statement raised suspicions, and soon after an unsettling moan was heard, coming from what many speculated was the cockpit. The moan, recorded just moments before the plane plunged to the ground, has left listeners and aviation experts baffled. However, the authorities have yet to comment on the significance of this sound or how it might be connected to the crash. Shortly after the moan, the air traffic controllers are heard trying to assess the situation. One dispatcher asks, "What's going on down there?" The response, which sent chills down the spine of many listeners, was, "We have a lost aircraft." The dispatcher's further comments indicated that the team was not sure of the exact circumstances of the crash but were working to piece together the sequence of events. "For now, the field is going to be closed," they added, confirming that the area had been shut off from air traffic as authorities began their response efforts. The crash itself came just days after another devastating aviation incident, the collision of an American Airlines passenger jet with a U.S. military Black Hawk helicopter over Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. That incident, which resulted in 67 fatalities, added a layer of unease over the state of air travel in the United States. While both crashes have stirred public fear, aviation experts have warned that such incidents are the result of systemic issues within the industry, including near misses and errors that continue to plague aviation safety. The Learjet 55, a small aircraft often used for critical medical transport, fell from the sky just minutes after departing Northeast Philadelphia Airport. The plane, which was bound for Tijuana with a stopover in Missouri, crashed near Cottman Avenue and Roosevelt Boulevard in northern Philadelphia. The immediate aftermath of the crash was horrific. Fires engulfed the crash site, with at least 6 victims perishing in the flames. The fire spread rapidly, consuming nearby buildings, vehicles, and businesses. Drone footage captured the aftermath, showing the scale of the devastation. Bright orange flames towered over the wreckage, with thick black smoke billowing into the sky. Firefighters and emergency responders were quickly on the scene, but the intensity of the fires made it difficult to bring the situation under control. Among the victims was the young pediatric patient, who had recently undergone treatment at Shriners Children's Philadelphia. Shai Gold, a spokesman for Jet Rescue Air Ambulance, confirmed the heartbreaking loss, describing how the child had fought hard to survive her illness, only for the tragedy to strike during the final leg of her journey home. "She did her course of care. She was going home," Gold said. "She fought quite a lot to survive and unfortunately this tragedy on the way home." The passengers on board the ill-fated flight included the child's mother, the flight crew, a doctor and a paramedic, all of whom had been dedicated to ensuring the safe return of the young patient. The crash has left families, friends and colleagues devastated, as they struggle to come to terms with the senseless loss. The Learjet 55 is typically used for air medical transport, providing a vital service for critically ill or injured patients who need urgent care during flights. However, on this occasion the aircraft failed to reach its intended destination, instead plummeting into a densely populated area of Philadelphia. The crash site, located near residential homes and businesses, quickly became a scene of chaos. The flames from the burning wreckage spread quickly, and nearby buildings were engulfed in fire. Several vehicles parked along the street were also consumed by the inferno. Emergency vehicles arrived on the scene, but the fire continued to rage, making it difficult for firefighters to gain control of the situation. The dramatic footage captured from a drone provided a glimpse of the horrifying scene, with plumes of smoke stretching across the sky. Several homes and businesses were seen ablaze, while vehicles and debris littered the road. In addition to the drone footage, a doorbell camera video provided a chilling view of the crash's aftermath. In the video, two people were seen leaving their home when a white orb was seen rapidly descending from the sky. Moments later, a blinding light filled the sky, followed by a deafening explosion that sent the witnesses into a state of panic. The couple screamed in terror as they rushed back inside their home, fearing for their safety in the wake of the explosion. The footage captured the moments leading up to the disaster, offering a rare and haunting look at the terrifying events as they unfolded. The crash has prompted an outpouring of grief from the public, especially in Mexico, where the victims were from. The Mexican community has been left reeling from the loss of their loved ones, as the impact of the tragedy spreads across borders. The incident has also sparked a conversation about aviation safety, with many questioning the circumstances surrounding the crash and the role of air traffic control and aviation authorities in preventing such disasters. The Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) and the National Transportation Safety Board (NTSB) have launched investigations into the cause of the crash. Officials have stated that they are working to determine the factors that led to the disaster, but at this time the cause remains unclear. There has been no official word on what caused the plane to lose control or why the air traffic controllers were unable to establish proper communication with the aircraft. This tragic crash, coming on the heels of the Washington, D.C. collision, has left many in the aviation industry concerned about the state of air travel in the United States. The frequency of near misses and errors within the aviation industry has raised alarms, prompting calls for greater oversight and improved safety protocols. While the investigation into this latest crash is ongoing, the families of the victims are left grappling with the heart-wrenching loss of their loved ones, and the public is left with lingering questions about the safety of air travel.